Dad made up. Anyway, you dropped me on my face once and I smashed my eyes and nose into a door. I got a black eye and Dad wouldn't let me go to school because he was worried that people would think I'd been bashed. Thanks for that, Rosie. If there was a scenario that involved you and a bike, it was guaranteed to be funny. There was the time that you got your first bike. Dad asked you to go into the wardrobe to get his dressing gown, and you found the bike hiding in there. You got such a shock that you burst into tears and cried for a while, saying, "Is it really mine?" After you calmed down, you tried to ride the bike down the lane. You nailed yourself on your first attempt. And then time and time again, usually when Dad was following with the video camera, you would roll off your bike sideways, often down banks. The time we got picked up by Keith to go for a drive in Nelson, and the doors of the car automatically locked. We thought we were being kidnapped. There was the time on the Heaphy track when we were both trying to make pillows for the night. I didn't want any help with mine, and I made it out of t-shirts and shorts. Mum made yours, and it looked really soft. When I woke up in the morning, my shitty pillow was tossed aside, and I had my head on your pillow. Your little head was on the corner of the pillow, trying to get a bit of the softness. You told me that during the night I had taken over your pillow. You tried to stop me, but in the end you just gave up and accepted that I was going to be on your pillow. This will always crack me up. Thanks for sharing your good pillow, even though Mum made it. You were really young. You used to swear all the time. Mum and Dad started giving you mustard on a spoon every time you swore to stop you doing it. After a while you grew to like the taste of mustard, so you started swearing just to get the mustard. So they changed it to wasabi. You didn't swear anymore after that. Rosie is the most gullible person in the world. Up on the hill stands tall the statue of Mary. A bit further along the hill there is a big metal power pole. It has lots of wires sticking out of it. When Rosie was about 9, I told her the pole was called the Statue of Terry. She believed me till she was about 14 years old and would casually refer to it as the Statue of Terry. First got our cat Phoebe, you didn't like her. You started off by trapping her under washing baskets and locking her in the dryer. Once you kicked her so hard that she hid under the bed for a couple of days. Then one day we couldn't find Phoebe. It had been hours and hours. I was in your room and I heard this quiet meow. I opened your bottom drawer and she was stuffed in there. Then it wasn't long after that when the grand finale happened. You picked her up and dropped her off the deck. Tramping. At Tramping Club, Rosie and I would get bored and play with a ball out the back. We would always come out with the free biscuits at half-time. One time at Tramping Club barbecue, we were both bored and waiting in the car. Then on the radio, a message comes on. I would just like to give a shout out to my sister Lucy. She's the best. Love from Rosie. I still really appreciate that, Rosie. Rosie was never that into tramping. Her footsteps would be granny steps, and the whole way she would ask, "How much longer? How many more corners do we have to go around?" But then when we got close to the hut, she would try and push in front of me so she could say, "I see the hut first." Rosie could never quite manage the squat while we were tramping. She always needed Dad to hold her arms while she backed out over the edge of the deck to pee. Obviously this scared you because the next time when we were going to go tramping, you suddenly exclaimed the night before that you had conjunctivitis. It wasn't long before you emerged from behind the door with this sick paste all over your eyes. You made it out of your own spit and something else you found in the bathroom, and you applied it all over your face and eyes. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Sorry, buddy. Recently, there was the time we thought we were getting iPhones for Christmas, and we wondered all day what time we were going to get them, thinking up scenarios in our heads on how Dad was going to present them to us and how we would try and act surprised. We never got iPhones that day. Rosie, you have always loved cats. One day you were in your bedroom after having a shower and you were looking for the cat. You obviously heard the cat outside, so you climbed up onto the windowsill to call her. This would have been fine, except you dropped your towel, so you were completely butt naked. Standing there, jumping about, calling, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty!" But at the same time, the lady from the IHC came past your window, collecting for the retarded. She was looking for help, but really we needed the help more than she did.
Rosie loved to copy me. When I was younger, I used to take a few steps along the edge of the deck, but on the other side of the railing, over by the front door, above the steps that led down to the mailbox. It would only ever be a couple of steps, and I would cling on tight to the railing, and I was very careful. Rosie must have been watching me and taken some ideas for herself, because one day Mum and I were in the kitchen when suddenly Mum cut her phone call short. She had seen Rosie out on the outside of the railing, clinging onto the side, right out by where the black railing turns to the wood.
Rosie, I taught you many good lessons in life, such as nothing is impossible. If you get an idea in your head, then you have to try every way possible until it works. Thanks for helping me carry outdoor tables and other furniture through the house and down the hall when you knew we weren't allowed. Thanks for driving with me to the dairy when you feared for your life because I couldn't go more than a couple of minutes without stalling. Thanks for letting Mum cut your hair into a bowl cut and not mine. I think we had some good times. I hope you have a fun 21st. See you later.